And we are back. Pokemon Sapphire Hardcore Nuzlocke. We're only going to be using ground-type Pokemon. We also have shinies on just to give ourselves a little extra flair there. So we're going to start with Citrus the Mudkip, who's going to get the ground typing upon evolution into that Marshtomp. And really the only other first encounter is going to be that Nincada before the first gym. So let's dive right in. So we run over to Route 116, drop back with the Pokeball, and secure the Nincada. All right, time for Roxanne. Given the fact that Nincada or Nincada cannot solo her at all, we're just going to go ahead and use Citrus here, even though he has not acquired that ground typing first. We're just going to have to fudge the rules a little bit for this first gym. We take down the Geodude, no problem here. Drop the accuracy on the nose pass as the Rock Tomb comes down. Thankfully, no critical, but the speed drop is here. We are still faster, though, with the Stab Water Gun. It is super effective. Nose pass goes for the Harden, trying to stay alive for a little bit longer as another Water Gun comes down, does massive damage, getting nose pass into the orange or the yellow. The Rock Tomb is here, another good one to dodge with the critical, the potion from Roxanne, not wanting to lose her Duckling as we drop back with a fadeaway critical Water Gun. Citrus pops off and we get that first gym badge. And then for our Granite Cave first encounter, it is going to be the Geodude here with the Rock Ground typing, drop back with another Pokeball and secure it. And now with our team of 3, we head into the second gym against Brawly and his fighting type Pokemon here. We've got our starter Citrus out in the front lines with a Stab Mudshot doing massive damage to the Mudshot. He drops back with a Bulk Up, getting that defense and attack up, but we come in with another Mudshot and take down Brawly's first Pokemon. That leads us to the second and last Pokemon since this is Sapphire here. Makita comes down level 18, takes the Mudshot, not very well, but drops back with an Arm Thrust going for the 5-roll, maybe some crits, really trying to change the way the battle is going, and he does get the 5-roll. No crits, thankfully, and we hold on at right at half HP, drop back with one more Mudshot, and take down Brawly. That is 2 gym badges. And on our way to the third gym against Watson, we get a rival fight against May here. She does have the Grovyle, which hits all of our Pokemon except for Nincada for super effective, so we got to watch out for that as we drop back with a Mudshot against the Whalmer. Almost one-shot the Water Gun, comes down, does decent damage to Citrus, and we two-shot the Whale. And that leads us to the Grovyle here coming out, May's Ace. Right here, level 20 versus level 20 showdown. We're going to pivot into the Nincada who can hit neutral damage on that Absorb. It is pretty weak, but against a little bug, what can we do? 10 damage off the top here. We're going to have to go in for that. Leafy, the Pursuit comes down, and it gets a critical hit on Chesto. I don't know if we're going to be able to win this fight now since it's going to be 1v1. Maybe if we get a critical, but the Oranberry is here for reprieve. We jump to 34 HP. Another Pursuit comes down, and we definitely can't swap out with that. Get a nice Leech Life on top, and maybe we can potentially 3-shot the Grovyle here. We drop out. We're going to have to live this Pursuit. Drops to 18 HP. Another Leech Life comes in, and the Grovyle holds on with about 1 or 2 HP. Another Leech Life is here. The Azor comes down first, no critical, and it leaves us at 9 HP. We barely hold on. Chester drops back with one more Leech Life, and we take down the Grovyle. That means we got one more Pokemon we're going to have to deal with here, and May throws out the Numel, which has access to Ember, so we're going to get out of there with the Nincada. And what do we have here? We're going to have to tank the Ember on the swap. No problem there. No burn, which is really nice. And we can just drop back with a 4-time super effective Stab Water Gun. And it does connect. May is defeated. That was a pretty close one. That leads us to our fight against Watson for that third gym badge. He's got his electric types here, and with a ground starter in the Marshtomp, we are going to have a really good time. All of those electric types cannot affect any of our Pokemon, so Watson is really pushed against the wall as we one-shot his Magnemite. Citrus doing work here. The second Pokemon comes down, and it is going to be the Voltorb, looking awesome with that shiny. The Sonic Boom does good damage off the top, but it is no problem as we drop back with a Mudshot, and it one-shots the Pokeball. That only leaves the final Pokemon here, and it's going to be the Ace Magneton. Comes out, flexes the shiny, but with a 4-time super effective Mudshot on top of Stab, Watson has no chance, and that is 3 gym badges. We are doing fantastic. And then for our Route 112 first encounter, it is going to be the Numel, the chubby little camel here, and now we are up to 4 Pokemon on the team. And then for our Route 113 first encounter, it's going to be the Sandshrew. Drop back with a Pokeball and secure it. That leads us to our fight against Team Aqua leader Archie here. He's on top of the mountainside, and the Mighty Ina comes down with the Intimidate. We chuck out Rost here, our chubby little camel. We do have access to that Stab Flamethrower from the game corner, which is really nice. The Sand Attack comes down. We do lose our accuracy, but we drop back with another Flamethrower, and the Mighty Ina is deleted. 1 down, 2 to go. Archie then sends out his Golbat, looking pretty formidable at this point in the game. We tank the Stab Wing Attack, no problem, though. The Flamethrower comes down. Can it be a 2-shot? And no, it cannot. Get about 40% off of the Golbat. We drop back with another Flamethrower, and the Sand Attack paying dividends as we miss. And now we're going to have to pivot into potentially one of our other Pokemon. We're going to go straight for the Graveler. Cherry comes down, the Wing Attack comes in, and not much damage off the top, which is exactly what you want to see. As we sidestep the Supersonic, we drop back with a Stab Super Effective Rock there, and it takes down the Golbat. that only leaves one Pokemon on Archie's side, and it's going to be his Ace Sharpedo, which is also a very scary Pokemon. I don't think it has any water-type moves, but if it does, we are absolutely in trouble. Sharpedo comes down with a Stab Crunch, and that is so much damage at level 25. My gosh, the focus energy for those bonus crits, so we really need to land this much shot, and we do. It gets the speed debuff as well, and Aqua Leader does not want to lose his, I was going to say doesn't want to lose his Super Potion, doesn't want to lose his Sharpedo, uses his Super Potion. Archie uses another Super Potion as the mud shots continue to come down from our side. Citrus popping off once again. The speed drops, and we should be able to outspeed, and we fade away with a baby Mud Slap. Let's go. That leads us to our fourth gym badge fight right here against Flannery and her fire-type Pokemon. She opens up with a tiny little Slugma here. We drop back with a Stab Water Gun, and it cannot one-shot. We really should have leaned into the Mud Shot for that extra damage, but Slugma gets a sunny day off, which is kind of scary given the fact that Torkoal is waiting in the back, but we get rid of the Slugma, and Flannery sends out another Slugma here. A very cool shiny, not a very strong Pokemon, but we really need to pivot to a Mud Shot to make sure we one-shot this little fella, but also that means Torkoal will be in the sun, and that overheat's going to do so much damage as we get a fadeaway critical on top. Citrus gets the level 29 there. Hopefully that helps in the fight against Flannery's Ace here. The Sunlight is strong, and Torkoal is ready to go. We lean into the Mud Shot. The speed debuff is not going to work given Torkoal's passive. As the Body Slam comes down, we do dodge the paralysis, which is absolutely massive here. We drop back with another Mud Shot, leaving Torkoal in the red. Absolutely. Another Body Slam comes down. No crit, no paralysis, and the Sunlight is gone. However, Flannery goes for the Hyper Potion on her Ace here. The Mud Shot comes in, 40% damage, maybe 35 off the top, and now we are flirting with criticals. I'm pretty sure we are dead to a crit Body Slam, so we really don't need to risk our potential Swampert in the future. We go ahead and pivot into the Graveler here, who resists the Body Slam, as well as the Overheat with the Rock typing. We dodge the paralysis once again. We drop back with a Magnitude 7, going to be doing massive damage, but is it enough to take down the Torkoal? And it is not. He holds on, drops back with another Body Slam. No paralysis, though. Flannery using her final Hyper Potion on Torkoal. This is a slugfest. We drop back with another Magnitude 7, doing really good damage, getting Torkoal to about 40% HP, but a Magnitude 5 comes down, and that can't kill the Tortoise as the Body Slam comes in. Only 8 HP, we dodge the paralysis, and we fade with a Magnitude 10. The Earth quakes, and Cherry receives the gym badge. Let's go. It is now time to take on Norman, the 5th gym leader here, our father, with his 3 of the normal type Pokemon. The Slaking comes down, leans into that Feint Attack. It is special attack damage, and it bypasses our beautiful brick wall of a defense. We respond with Magnitude 10 coming off of that critical hit. We are definitely dead to another crit Feint Attack, so we are risking it here. We get a pathetic Magnitude 6 on that follow-up there, and it leaves Slacking in the red, leading to a Hyper Potion. We drop back with a Magnitude 8 here. It's going to do a lot more damage, and it brings Slacking to about a third, but the low round turn comes down. We get Magnitude 7, and Slacking gets crit all the way to about 1 HP, but the Yawn comes down. So we do have an opening here with the Magnitude 7, and we do finish off the first Slacking. However, Cherry is on the timer here as we will fall asleep on this following turn. The big bad Slaking comes down. The Ace level 31 comes in with a Focus Punch here, charging up that first turn. We go for the Rock Smash, potentially trying to drop that defense on the big fella himself. Cherry falls asleep. Now we are going to swap out on that loaf around turn, and our best option is probably the Sand Slash, given that really nice physical defense. So the Graveler is hurting. It's asleep. It's half HP, but we get Petcha in there. Our nice shiny Sand Slash. The charge up comes down. We break the focus with the Slash, though. The signature move here, we drop back with a Poison Sting, hoping for the poison to get that damage adding up each and every turn. As another Focus Punch comes down, we have to keep breaking that focus or we are in trouble. As Norman's trying to play around that low round turn, we get a nice Slash in there on top of the poison, and if we can break through, here we go. The focus pops, the Slash comes down. Is the poison enough, though? And it is. Beautiful stuff. The Ace drops, and now we only have one Pokemon left to deal with in the Vigoroth. One of my favorite normal type Pokemon drops back with the Facade. We answer with the Slash, and we are going back and forth here, the Slash and the Facade toe-to-toe, and then Vigoroth comes in with a Slash of his own, bringing Petcha to about 35 HP. We get an Oranberry for Reprieve, bringing us to 45, but we don't need to risk this. We can swap into a healthy Pokemon. Hopefully no critical hit on the swap. The Vigoroth does get the Hyper Potion from Norman, though, coming all the way back to full HP. We have the Ice Beam. We have the Mud Shot. We lean into that physical damage with the ground typing there. It is Stab. We get the speed debuff as well, and now we are faster. We get another Mud Shot in there. That 5% mischance could be everything. The Facade comes down. It doesn't crit, thankfully, and we drop back with one more Mud Shot. Citrus for the win. Absolutely. 5 gym badges down, and we beat our father. And now it's time to double back all the way to Meteor Falls with the Good Rod and secure ourselves a Barboach here. We want to get that Whiscash in there so we basically have 2 water ground types, which can be really strong for the rest of this run. Secure it and add the 6th member to the team. And that leads us to another May fight here after the Weather Institute where you beat Team Aqua. May's got her Grovyle with a stab leaf blade, which is very scary here. So we got to be a little bit careful, but we go in against the Numel. We have the camera up who does not resist the leaf blade, but takes it for neutral damage. So if anyone can deal with it, that it would be Ross the camera up. However, the Whalmer has Water Pulse in the rain, and everyone is weak to that except for the Mudkip, or should I say Marshtomp and Whiscash. So, and if we have them out when Grovyle comes down, it'll just be a barrage of Leaf Blades and everyone will die. So really, I find myself in a terrible position here, not setting up on that first Pokemon in the Numel. I really should have done something, and I'm just staring at the team going, oh my god, we're all going to die because of my negligence. So I think we're just gonna have to roll a Magnitude and hopefully we one-shot the Whalmer, and if that's the case, we're fine. We can tank 1 Leaf Blade and take out the Grovyle with a Flamethrower. And other than that, though, if we don't one-shot the Whalmer and then the Whalmer uses Water Pulse in the rain, we lose camera up, and then we potentially lose everyone else between the Whalmer and the Grovyle. So all or nothing, drop back in, it's a Magnitude 6, and I think we know what that means. Here it is, our biggest fear comes through, and Ross is absolutely drowned in the rain. We send out Chesto, who is a little bit super effective to the water, but if we can snipe with it, this is over. It's over. How do you take such a good run and toss it down the drain? I'll tell you, I'll show you right here firsthand. Chesto goes down and these berries are gone. These berry nicknames are over, and I mean, we can go into the water ground, but as you're about to see, it doesn't matter. 3 out of 4 of these Pokemon are 4 times weak to grass, and this is just an absolute disaster. Citrus drops back. I mean, if we survive with 1 HP, maybe there's a chance, but I think this is over. May sends out her ace, the Grovyle, flexing the shiny Honest. The Leaf Blade comes down, doesn't have a mischance. On top of that, it has a high crit chance, and Citrus is gone. Our starter is dead, and I mean, we can send out Orin as well, a little a little offering to the new world here. Whiscash, we just got you, buddy, and I'm sorry we get outsped. The Leaf Blade comes down, it is 4 times super effective, as well as stab, and Grovyle doesn't even need a critical hit. Cherry is here, but why not go into Pecha the Sandslash? Let's do this. So Sandslash is actually only 2 times weak to grass, so we actually might be able to live this. Pecha, hold on, 22 HP, 22 HP in a Dream Slash comes down. We needed a critical hit to win there, but maybe we can take this one, and I'm just kidding, we cannot. A fadeaway crit, and May is having her way with us and our team. That is so much red. Why not one more? We're gonna offer up Cherry, the Graveler, and Grovyle. I hope you're hungry, and I hope you have room for dessert, because Cherry is going down. Cherry is absolutely going down. We wipe to May in the first attempt, and this is an absolute tragedy. And we have made it all the way back to Flannery in the 4th gym in the 2nd attempt here. We've had no issues, basically the same thing as the first attempt. And now we've got the location nicknames, the towns and cities in that Hoenn region we're representing. And now we're making our way to the 5th gym. Let's see if we can claw our way back to May and then make it even further this time. And basically the same setup as last time against Norman. However, Little Root gets a little bit close for comfort here as the slash critical comes down on the Vigoroth, but we get the fadeaway crit Ice Beam taking down Norman for the 2nd time. And now let's get down to business. All right, we make it back to where we wiped last time against May here in the rain, and we really need camera up just to show up. We got to set up on this Numel so that when the Grovyle comes down, we don't get one shot. Really, a lot of this relies on that fact. So Numel's coming in here hot. We're doing the dodge here with the double team strats. The takedown comes through. He sees through the disguise. We get the Amnesia up, and we risk it all there. And the Magnitude 7 comes down on top of a Magnitude 6. And what I really needed to do was use Growl to trim down Numel's attack so it would have kept us safer while we ramped up. However, Mauville has +6 evasion, +6 special attack. So hopefully Grovyle just completely whiffs the Leaf Blade and we can make it instead of resetting one more time. So here we go. The moment of truth. Mawile drops back and dodges the Leaf Blade, the flamethrower. In the rain comes down. It doesn't finish off the Grovyle, so we're going to have to roll it one more time here. The Leaf Blade does connect and it's all over. I'm just kidding. We hold on with 1 HP, drop back with the flamethrower, and the second attempt continues. It is now time to take on Winona, the 6th gym leader here with her flying type Pokemon. We got Slateport, our Whiscash out here. We're going to drop back with the Ice Beam as we tank the Aerial Ace off the top here, bring Swallow into the red, and we get the Freeze Roll, which is absolutely beautiful. The Hyper Potion comes down from Winona, and we're going to drop back with a Stab Surf and bring Swallow into the yellow here. Swallow is still frozen, and that is just unfortunate for Winona, but we will absolutely take that. 1 Pokemon down, 3 to go. The Pelipper comes down. The big Pelican herself does not go for the Protect Cheese right off the bat. Instead, gets the 55% roll on the Supersonic. However, Slateport's got a little Person Berry in his pocket, takes that out, and is no problem. The Ice Beam is blocked by the Protect, but we come in with another one, and Pelipper takes that right there, and we dodge this Supersonic, which is absolutely massive. And 3 Ice Beams later, the Pelican is gone. 2 Pokemon left, and it's gonna be the Skarmory here. Gonna drop back with a Stab Surf. As Ice Beam is only neutral, we get a crit onto the Skarmory, but it's not a fadeaway, and Skarmory's gonna get that second Hyper Potion from Winona here, holding on to hope that her Steel Bird can bring it home. And 2 Surfs later, she is actually not mistaken, and Skarmory does hold. However, a 3rd Surf is going to prove fatal, and there goes the 3rd bird. And now for the ace, the Altaria comes down, known for its Earthquake and Dragon Dance cheese. However, 1 Ice Beam is going to bring it to the red. The Dragon Breath comes down, going for the kill, but Slateport holds on with 43 HP, and we don't care. We believe in the dream. Fade away with the Ice Beam. Winona's defeated and give us that 6th gym badge. This is the 2nd attempt. It's at this point in the run where we have to face off against May for the last time here, as she is puppy guarding the department store there in Lily Cove City. Swallow comes down, gets the wing attack on our Full Arbor here. Our Sand/Rio for the sand attack, get that evasion strat in here as Swallow leans into her own evasion strats with the double team, and we are trading back and forth as we mash that speed button, trying to get into a better space for the camera up sweep. As we see, camera up is probably the best answer against that Grovyle, and now we are cheesing our own double team strats, and we are really just trying to do this as safe as possible. And now we are +6 special defense and +6 evasion, trying to make the most of it. But however, if Grovyle sees through that, lands the Leaf Blade, and then crits, it doesn't matter. On top of that, Camera Up just took a ton of damage from Swallow, so I don't even know about this, but we drop back with the magnitude. It is magnitude 6. Is that enough to take down the Numel? And it absolutely is. The Chubby Camel falls, and now we only have 2 Pokemon left, and it is the Whalmer that absolutely brought us to our knees in the first attempt, but we drop back with magnitude 7, and it doesn't take down the Whale, and it comes through the Water Pulse, breaking through the evasion. However, the Amnesia holds. The Amnesia absolutely holds, and we live with 20 HP. The Whalmer goes down, and now it's a ridiculous face-off between the Grovyle and the Camera Up, and we get the Quick Claw pop. We absolutely get the Quick Claw, and Grovyle's outsped by the slowest camel around. Thank you, May. Thank you, May. And then we pop into the Safari Zone to get our next encounter, and the Rhyhorn completely dips, and that is going to be a pivotal mistake moving forward. It is now time to take down Tate and Liza, the 7th gym leaders here with their Lunatone and Solrock, and I initially wanted to blitz down both of these guys with the Whiscash and Swampert back to back. However, if Solrock gets the Sunny Day off first and lives and then just one-shots everybody with the Solar Beam, we are in trouble. And so we go with Mauville, the Camera Up tier, to kind of offset that Sunny Day. However, Lunatone lands the Hypnosis in the wake of Solrock getting off the Sunny Day. So as you can see there, the surf damage is absolutely cut in half, and we are in trouble. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some Amnesias down onto the Chubby Camel, and that way the Camel is super safe. We're going to go ahead and sacrifice our Rustboro here, our tiny little Nincada. It's been fun, it's been real, but sometimes sacrifices must be made. And I'm actually kidding. We're flirting with sending out Dewford here. It really just depends if Solrock is going for that Solar Beam. If it's not, we're fine. And it goes for the Psychic onto the Chubby Camel. On top of that, Lunatone doubles down with the Hypnosis. And Tate and Liza, I don't even know what they're doing right now. I really thought he was just going to one-shot the Swampert, but we get our big boy in there, Dewford, the Golem, and now we have some options. Do we self-destruct? But if we do, it's actually going to hurt the Chubby Camel really badly. So we're going to actually go in here and just try to see if Dewford can tank some shots as the double Psychic comes down, and Tate and Liza are absolutely in sync. We get a massive Rock Blast. If that would have hit more than 2 times, this would have been an immaculate fight as Mauville wakes up for another special defense drop. But they have been consistently putting Camera Up to sleep, knowing our strategy here. So we are going to put Golem to the test and see if he can get another big Rock Blast as another Hypnosis hits the camera. That is 3 Hypnosis, and the Solar Beam comes down and completely snipes Golem. This is absolutely ridiculous. Tate and Liza are borderline cheating as we get Rustboro in there, trying to stall out that sunny day as long as we can, because the sunlight is still strong. This is just ridiculous. We do have Protect, buying time for Mauville to wake up from its slumber. However, Lunatone comes in with its light screen, which is disgusting, and of course, we get critical hit through that, which is just disgusting. All of those amnesias for absolutely nothing, as that crit takes everything we hold dear. So +4 special defense is all for naught, as we can probably only tank one more move from the opponents, and there goes Mauville. I'm just kidding. We hold on with an absolute sliver. However, the Camerupt is still asleep, and our entire strategy goes out the window. Metal Claw does absolutely nothing because Nincada is a weak Pokemon, and it doesn't matter if Rustboro is level 42 if you can't do any damage. This is just an absolute disgrace. This is just a terrible strategy. And like, I mean, it was fine. We had the Camerupt, we had Swampert back to back, but Tate and Liza have played this completely beautifully, and it's just textbook. It's absolutely textbook. I should have just ran the Whiscash and Swampert and doubled down on the Surf and said screw Sunny Day, who cares, and just try to blitz them down. This is just silly. We also had our Vibrava in the PC, but I was too scared of losing Flygon, so I could have brought them and used Crunch as well, maybe slap some Black Glasses on that as well. But who knows? Let's see if we can somehow resurrect this fight. The Psychic comes down, and there goes the Chubby Camel. Absolutely ridiculous. Just a silly, silly fight. And now let's see if we can get somebody else in there. If that Sunny Day can just go away for a moment and that light screen drop, we'll have an opening here. But me and my very smart self has brought out a Nincada, which they're just ignoring. They're literally ignoring the tiny little bug. So we're looking at the stats. We're seeing what we can do. On top of that, Solrock and Lunatone are outspeeding my entire team as the Flamethrower comes down and completely roasts Rustboro. Gonna have a little barbecue after this. And there goes 3 Pokemon like it's nothing. On top of this, I thought we could go get a little bit of a Claydol after this. However, you don't have access to Claydol in this game since it's not Emerald. So I, the Pro Nuzlocker, am completely flopping around as Full Arbor drops back with his strength, and it's not enough to kill. However, with Surf coming down, it does finish off the Solrock. So a little bit of a clutch there. The Sandslash and Swampert going back to back as we sidestep Lunatone's fierce moves there, but we are looking good. Hypnosis has been God mode for her, and we just drop back with a not very effective Strength into a beautiful super effective Surf. The Hypnosis comes down and Little Root is asleep. This Lunatone is an absolute sniper. It really is, and I dare say Tate and Liza are going to heal up the moon. Absolutely. This is the astronaut. This is the play. The Strength comes down. It's not very effective. It's doing a little bit of chip off the top. The sunlight fades, and now Surf is going to be doing much better. We just need to wake up. Little Root, come on. Please wake up and take down this moon and avenge the fallen. Avenge the broken. We have 3 Pokemon that died in this fight. Fall Arbor still coming in with the Strength, doing what it can, and Little Root finally wakes up. Our starter from downtown almost fades away on the Lunatone. However, another Hypnosis lands. This Lunatone is absolute God mode, and Hyper Potion, another Hyper Potion comes down. Tate and Liza not wanting to lose their beloved moon. The Solrock has faded. The Lunatone holds strong, and now we're going to pivot to an Ice Beam as the light screen is doing work. Going to swap back into Slateport, and now we have our back-to-back water ground typings the way it should be as the Psychic comes down, does massive damage. This is just ridiculous. Hopefully we can blitz down the moon. A Calm Mind buff as well. This Lunatone is feeling itself. We drop back with the Ice Beam, hoping for a crit or a freeze. Double Ice Beam on the rocks. Come on, the light screen is gone, and now this double Surf combination should do the trick. The Lunatone falls, and we make it out of the 7th gym badge with massive casualties. And that means it's time for the 8th and final gym badge against Leader Wallace here. He sends out his Love Disc, a very weak water type. We're just going to try to set up on her. The problem is she has a lot of utility in the Water Pulse Confusions as well as Lovely Kiss, so we got to watch out for those moves. But we are just getting the sand attacks down, and it's actually Sweet Kiss we got to watch out for as another sand attack comes down. We do dodge the Water Pulse, dropping that accuracy, really trying to pave the way for a very safe and sound sweep here. That's what we want. It's what we want to see, potentially with the Whiscash, buffing up those amnesias, maybe get a little double team in there as well, since we only have 4 Pokemon left. It's just really tough. Our back is definitely against the wall, and we're just going to go for a monstrous special defense stat here. So if we do end up in a 1v1 against the Milotic, we can tank some Ice Beams, we can tank some Water Pulses, and we're really just going to have to contend with the critical hits. So if we get crit, it doesn't really matter, but if we don't, everything changes as we use a not very effective Surf onto the Love's Disc, trying to conserve the Earthquake power points here, just in case we get into a tough bind and we can't blitz down any of the Pokemon. We would hate to run out of Earthquakes against the Milotic. That would be absolutely brutal. As the Whiscash comes down, we have a little bit of a mirror match here as the Amnesia is coming in, a little bit of a copycat there. Whiscash seeing what we're doing with Slateport and copying us, but that should be in range for the Earthquake now. But the Rain Dance is here as well, which will double the damage of Surf, and it doesn't quite do it. Whiscash still holds on with that Amnesia and gets a critical hit Earthquake. That is not what you want to see. And on top of that, Walls gets a nice Hyper Potion to capitalize onto the Amnesia that Whiscash already had down. So Whiscash looking really good here. We drop about 40% off the top and we lean into another Earthquake. A fadeaway crit would be glorious as another Earthquake comes down on Wallace's side of things, and we get a little bit greedy holding on to that rest play, and we milk it for everything it's worth, holding on with 26 HP. We go all the way back to full HP, and I dare say Whiscash is going to go for the kill here as another Earthquake comes down. It is stabbed. No critical is really nice here, though. We hold on with 124 HP, and we drop back with the Surf. So Whiscash really putting up a fight, and we still have 3 Pokemon left, including Celio, the big blubbery friend, comes down, and we're just going to lean into that Earthquake here, as Surf is not very effective, but we get Celio into a very nice range, and we are just going to go ahead and 2-tap, get the Walrus, not the Walrus, but the little seal out of here, and only 2 Pokemon remain, seeking a very ugly Pokemon on top of a very ugly shiny, if I'm being honest, but we get him to half HP. The Rain Dance comes down, and that is going to buff up those Milotic and his Water Pulses as well, but that really does no damage in the face of Slateport's Amnesia, which is exactly what we want to see. The only problem is that Milotic, if it gets a crit, we could definitely die in one shot, which is really scary as the Seeking continues to tank. This Rain really not doing much, even though you would think it does more as the Water Pulse comes down. We are confused. The Surf drop back. Give me some of that damage. Seeking dropping to about 30% HP. The Rain continues to fall. And now we're gonna take it easy here. We're gonna go for the rest and just try to capitalize on all those Amnesias. We are confused too. So if we kept hurting ourselves, we could potentially die to a Seeking. So the Rain stops, so that means Seeking is probably going to take a turn to go for another Rain Dance, as he does, and Slateport's just going to be sleeping on the job, and the Water Pulses continue to rain down. So if we don't get crit here, this is going to be a pretty clean 1-2 buckle the shoe leading into the Ace Milotic, and Slateport wakes up on top of that, snaps out of confusion, which is glorious, and that leads us to a final 1v1 here against the Milotic. We haven't had to rely too much on the rest of our team members, which is awesome. Milotic looking for those confusions, looking for those critical hits against the Whiscash here, but if it doesn't, we're going to be looking at a 3-shot, unless Milotic potentially has a Citrus Berry. In that case, it's going to be a lot more than that, and that we get Milotic into the red, and the heal does not come down. As long as this Ice Beam doesn't crit, we are good to go, and Wallace's final Pokemon fades. Beautiful stuff. Not the prettiest battle, but I will definitely take it. We didn't lose anybody, and I think that was key for the victory. The only thing separating us from the Elite Four in this run is going to be Wally. He's trained up his Ralts and he is ready to go as he opens up with his Golden Goose in Altaria, and he falls. 1 Pokemon down, 4 to go. The Rosalia is next. Roserade hasn't quite been implemented into the game yet, so we just fade away with a super effective Ice Beam. Beautiful stuff there. Imagine a world where Rosalia holds on and responds with a 4-time super effective Grass-type move. No thank you, as Delcatty comes down and we fade with a Stab Earthquake. Little Root absolutely popping off as the Magneton comes down. 3 magnets isn't enough to withstand Little Root's power. Not here and not now. And that only leads Gardevoir here. A very awesome Psychic type Pokemon. Super strong. But this Earthquake is going to get the job done as he gets Gardevoir to 1 HP. And the Double Team Cheese is here. However, it's only a Super Potion. Wally could only afford the Super Potion at the store, but he goes in with 2. He spends his life savings trying to heal his Gardevoir up to full, but he couldn't do it. And Little Root connects and takes down Gardevoir with an Earthquake. Beautiful stuff. If Mighty Ina uses Sand Attack, it might be an issue. There are 2 grass types, however, Cacturn's the only one with a grass type move. So those are kind of the concerns going up. Let's just get a fadeaway crit Surf. I think that would really do wonders. And there is the Sand Attack. Okay. So actually, I think we're fine. Let's just go into Slateport, dodge the takedown on the swap. Beautiful stuff. And then we get the fadeaway Surf. So perfect. I love how we basically have 2 Swamperts in the Whiscash, even though Whiscash isn't quite as good, but oh, I don't have Ice Beam on Whiscash. That's a blunder. That's a blunder on my part. I have the Amnesia Cheese. Okay, so that wasn't as perfect as I thought, but we do clear the Wolf, no problem. And since we have the dragon typing on Flygon, we should be okay here. Does it go for Needle Arm? It actually goes for Cotton Spore, which is just cheesy. So we're actually going to be super slow now, but I think we still outspeed. We do not. An Elite Seed comes down, which is rather annoying. Does this one shot? Okay, honestly, that's not that bad. If Sydney, okay, Sydney probably won't go full restore now. I think we just deal with the Elite Seed one more turn. Oh, we get outsped right because of the speed drop. And we get flinch locked with the Elite Seed. One absolute monster. And we can't swap. We can't swap because a Needle Arm will kill all of these. So we have to stay in and roll this. If this flinches into Elite Seed, we lose. Oh my god. Oh my god. We oh my god, we're screwed. We are screwed. Oh my god, the double flinch with the speed drop. That is god mode. But this is the only play. If it kills Little Root, we lose the game, I think. Oh my god, we have to live 1 HP. 1 HP. 1 HP. It critical hits. We lose Swampert. We lose Swampert. Oh my god. And I don't know if we can kill. Oh my god, bro. I am so done. I am so done right now. Double flinch. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad news. I can't set up on the ice types now, potentially. Well, let's get out of here before we count our ducklings. Surf comes down. Okay, neutral. Oh my god, the damage. If it goes Swagger and we do Earthquake, it'll kill because we have the berry. Oh, but it misses. It misses. Okay. I'm going for another Earthquake. Oh, I can't believe it. If we didn't lose that, I think we had a chance. But now we only have 3 Pokemon. There's the Swagger. Okay. We're actually fine here because I prepared a berry. Oh, the double flinch into a crit. Oh, this is going to be incredibly difficult. Oh, I think I've lost hope with losing the Swampert, but I think this one-shots as long as we live. And he goes for Snatch. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. And we absolutely kill. Wow, those grass types, man, against the 4 times. I think we're good here as well. Okay, there's the double team. Let's see here. Now, Shiftry doesn't have... Okay. Oh, this is annoying. I think I might go Sandslash and just try to get a poison so that the evasion doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that's the play. Let's just go for Earthquake since we have the +2. We just need to see through this double team. I am tilted. Yes. Okay, this should do half health, I think. Half health. Okay. We just need one more. One more, buddy. Oh, my God. This is really bad. Okay, we're going to have to swap now, I think. Oh, the clutch. Because now if we hit ourselves on top of the extra sensory, I think we die. So let's get the Hedgehog in. Oof, okay. I just need you to land. Oh, I could do Sandstorm as well, and that's not incumbent on the accuracy. Okay, but this is big. We have a +2 Poison Sting. Dang it. We had a +2 Poison Sting. I'm going for it. I'm going for it all. Come on, Fall Arbor. Oh, come on, baby. Come on. No crit, no crit, no flinch, no crit. Yes, 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 yes. Look at that fadeaway Poison Sting. Have you ever seen something so glorious? We beat Sydney. We may lose this fight just because we lost to Swampert. Unbelievable. Let's go ahead and do Sandstorm to keep the team safe and see what Dusclops goes for. Goes for Confuse Ray, so we're going to pop out of that, which is really nice. So potentially we can get a Toxic down as well and get some chip. It's probably going to go for another Confuse Ray, I would say. Let's see what happens. So now we got double chip damage, and there's another Confuse Ray, and now we can just swap out. Now we can absolutely swap out into the Flygon. Into the Flygon here. What we can also do is actually do Protect. Oh, we can't because I'm confused. I am a monster. I am an absolute monster. So given that, actually, Future Sight's gonna... Can we protect the Future Sight? I don't think so. But it fails. They went for another Future Sight. If I protect here, does it... Or do we just get hit on the side? How does that work? Let's see if we can double protect from the Future Sight and Confuse Ray. No, okay, here it is. Here it is. Yep. Oh my god, it did fail. That is insanity clutch. Okay. Now, I think the sandstorm subsided, but there's the full restore. So now we're back. But we do get one of Phoebe's full restores with the little hedgehog, which is huge. So let's do that. And now let's get another toxic, but we miss. We might have that bad miss chance, unfortunately. So we're going to speed that up just a tad. Sandstorm's still raging. I think we still go for the toxic through the confusion. Full arbor. That's precious HP that is gone now. There's the curse, though. And now we are in range. Okay, how much damage? That's going to do a lot, isn't it? Yep. Okay, can't really do much actually against the Whiscash, so let's see if we can set up. If he uses Curse, he dies. So I'm fine with that. It's probably going to go for Confuse Ray. She might actually get the second full restore, so this could be very interesting here. It'd be really nice to have Swampert right about now. There's going to be 2 Amnesias, so really good. It's probably going to go for Confuse Ray here to try to mess that up. There it is, but we have a rest combination with the berry, so we can just heal out of that. It's just if we get double down, if we get hurt ourselves in confusion and then have to tank damage, that just really sucks. But maxed out special defense, so that's phenomenal against the rest of her team. So really, I want to rest and then just snipe. So if we can break out of confusion, okay, that's actually good that we hurt ourselves. Let's get as much damage down as long as this rest goes off. If this, oh, we lost. Oh my god, if we hurt ourselves in confusion, I think we just lost the run, but we've got to make those risky plays given the fact that we only have 3 Pokemon left. So beautiful stuff. We are +6. So any physical damage, oh, please, please, please. Oh, we are so confused. My gosh. So any special attacks are off the table. So they're really going to have to deal with those physical. And unfortunately, there's a lot of physical. Are we better on physical? We're actually better on physical. So I think that's enough to push us over the edge into an earthquake. But the pressure, oh my god, the pressure from the Dusclops made us use all of our earthquake. That's incredible. That's utterly incredible. And we have to tank a Shadow Ball. We do have another rest that we can kind of cheese just without the berry, but that might be able to buy us some time as Sableye comes down. Let's see here. I think we still cheese Surf. There we go. It didn't go for Fake Out. It went straight for the Shadow Ball. No crit, no crit, no crit. Beautiful. So let's do it. Let's go for it. And now we are just going to have to sleep. But it's got 2 turns of Shadow Ball. Yeah, this... Oh my god. Okay, that didn't matter because we were going to have to sleep anyway. So yeah, this really doesn't matter because we died a crit anyway. Unless we wake up here, we would have lived just a tiny bit. So now it's just the same thing. And now our special defense... There we go. There's the 2-turn wake up. So we're kind of stuck in that process. So I guess we just, well, if we get crit, we lose, right? Because this doesn't work. If it crits right here, we lose, but we're using all of his Shadow Ball and we wake up again. Let's see, but we can't really swap into Flygon because then we can't take an Ice Ball or an Ice Beam. So I think this is our only hope, is to tank every single Shadow Ball and hope that it doesn't crit. I think this is gonna crit. Yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm doing it live. That's like 3 or 4 Shadow Balls per rest. So if it runs out, I think we can do this. Oh my god, 1 crit, dude. Slateport is tanking all of these. Oh my god, this is insane. This is utterly insane. Because if Slateport's alive, we can tank an Ice Beam essentially from the Ace Dusclops and we can snipe with the Flygon. There's the crit. Okay. So do we wake up? We don't, right? Because we'd have to wait another turn. Yeah. So does he go Feint Attack? Oh, we go Psychic. That's not going to kill, right? Yep. Absolutely. He ran out of Shadow Balls on the final Shadow Ball was a crit. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We have turned the tables. We have 3 Pokemon. We have nothing. We've absolutely nothing to work with, but we absolutely pulled it off. We absolutely pulled off. We finish off the Sableye, and we have a couple rests left. We have no Earthquakes. The Bayonet comes down, and let's see what happens here. Do we get a fade? Okay. Oh, the Toxic. Very interesting. So that's probably going to encourage a rest usage here in a moment as well. So what I really want... Okay. So if it confuses us, we might get screwed here. I'm going all in. Because if we don't get any damage down, the Flygon swap will do nothing, and there's Confuse, right? Oh, this is bad news. Okay, and that's not enough damage for Flygon to snipe. Hopefully you don't die from the poison. Beautiful. Okay, don't misclick, please. It's going to go Ice Beam now, I think. We live. The poison's going to tick. We barely hold on. And then we rest. And then we rest. Absolutely. Absolutely. Staying alive here. Okay. But Dusclops has pressure, right? So I think that means we're out of rest. Okay, almost. Let's see here. We're kind of in the same predicament. But we have to get one move off. If it's all we do, we have to get one. Okay. Okay, this is it. If we wake up, break through confusion. Come on, clutch it, clutch it, clutch it. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. Shadow Ball is here. Right, because Phoebe is out of heals, right? I believe. Well, it doesn't matter. This, as long as it doesn't go for Ice Beam, we win. As long as it doesn't go for Ice Beam, we win. It goes for Shadow Ball. I think we win because we can fade away with a crunch, black glasses crunch, black glasses crunch. I can't even talk. Absolutely. Somehow, some way we beat Phoebe with 3 Pokemon, and I don't even know if we can beat Glacia. We do go fast. Wow, the speed EV is paying off, and we dodge the Ice Beam. We absolutely do. So I'm actually going to get a Sandstorm down so it ups our evasion even more, but it goes for Hail. Okay, so that was all for naught, unfortunately. But we do have the Lax Incense as well, so I should have went Sand Attack. But I'll go Sandstorm on this one, and we outspeed, so now our evasion does go up, but it sees through the disguise, and I think we die. Oh my god, we hold on with 9, and we got the Sandstorm. We absolutely got the Sandstorm. So if it goes Hail, I think we live with 1 HP, but it's absolutely going to go for a damaging move. But I think we all in on 2 Sand Attacks, Lax Incense, and our passive evasion in the Sandstorm. So -2, please miss, please miss, please miss. Yes, absolutely. Still rages. So if we can get 3, this is my last. Come on, Fall Arbor, Fall Arbor, Fall Arbor. No, I blew it. I should have just taken the 2 and ran with it. So we are down to 2 Pokemon, but either way, that's going to be enough, I think, to sweep this gym or this Elite Four member. So the Hedgehog goes down, and now it's down to 2 Pokemon. We got 1 Amnesia, and we have the Chesto Rest play as well. So a little full restore special on our own. No freeze, please God, don't freeze. Okay, and now 1 more. The Hail is not helping at all, but Sandslash, oh, I could have pulled out on that one. I just, I wanted it all. I really, really, really wanted it all. But that's okay. So we're down to 2 Pokemon. We are down to 2 Pokemon. I think Glalie has the same special and physical. So let's just go Surf. We're maxed out Amnesia. That's going to be good. Okay, Light Screen comes down. So now we're going to want to pivot to the Earthquakes here. The Hail's coming down. This should finish off the Glalie, I do believe. Absolutely. So that's going to give us 4 more Pokemon to clear. And there is the chunky Celio. The Hail stops. The Light Screen is up. So we're going to lean into those Earthquake strats. And that's not a 2-shot. So what I'm actually going to do is pivot to a Surf, which should just barely get us in range here. It does, and now the Earthquake should finish. No paralysis, no paralysis. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. We also don't want to get too stingy with our health bar. But I think we can live 1 more of something as long as it's not the Walrein. If the Walrein comes down and uses Body Slam, we could be in trouble. There's the other Celio. That's actually beautiful, since this one only has Dive and Blizzard as damaging moves. So I'm going to, let's see if it crits. Okay, Blizzard. Blizzard could be, okay, I'm going to go ahead and use Rest. We're not going to risk it. We only have 2 Pokemon left. Let's see what it goes for here. If it goes for Blizzard and does more than what we were, yeah, there we go. I think we would have died. Oh, wait, we have an Amnesia. What am I saying? But we do get frozen. Oh, man. Okay, well, that's good, because if we had no HP and we got frozen, we would have died, because then we would just sit there tanking all of the damage. So I think we go Earthquake here. Oh, we defrost on the first one. Slayport, you monster. You absolutely monster. Show me what kind of catfish you really are. As we tank another Blizzard here. The Hail stops. We tank the Blizzard. Amnesia doing work. And amazing. This is absolutely amazing. We are gliding through. Glalie comes down. We're going to go for another Earthquake. The Hail is set up. It does buy us that first turn, but then it does chip away every other turn. Decent damage there. I think I am going to pivot to a Surf. Let's see here. No special defense. Oh, it does get the drop, so we're +5 now, but we should be okay. Surf doing massive damage. I think Surf might have done a tad bit more, or they did about the same. The Hail coming down. Let's see here. Hail continues to fall. We're gonna have to heal, I think. Yeah, I think we have to heal. Yeah, absolutely, because we're slower as well. But let's see here. So if we get crit, we are in a lot of trouble. And I think we have to rest. Yeah, if we get crit here, we lose. Oh my god, we hold on to crit. 8 HP. The Hail would have killed, or the Hail would have been close. Does the Hail do 8 HP? Oh my gosh, this is insanity. It does. It would have killed. Absolutely. Absolutely. They are out of heals. So now if we can just wake up after the second Shadow Ball. Oh my god, this is so bad, dude. This is taking so long. Maybe I can edit this together, or just the raw footage. The raw dying against Glacia is just insane. I don't even know if we can win with 2 Pokemon, but we are doing our darndest right now. I'm willing to go 1 Earthquake and see what happens. If we get crit parrot, it's over. We finally get a crit. It actually goes for Blizzard. If it crits, we lose. If it doesn't, we should be fine. Absolutely. And that might be game. That might be game as we drop back with 1 more Earthquake. Are you absolutely... Oh, we don't kill, and we get parried. Oh, no. I think it would go Body Slam, but if it goes Blizzard, we lose. But if we stay in, we lose. If it goes Blizzard, we lose. This is it. Don't go Blizzard. Yes. No para. Okay. Drop back. Oh, my God. Dude. Charcoal boosted flamethrower doesn't kill Walrein. Did I? What? What? Wow. Wow. I do apologize for wasting your time, but that is a wrap. That is our second attempt failed. Wow. I don't know if I was in a rush to get back to the Elite Four, or if I thought I could just kind of cheat my way through this with the evasion strats, but way more risky than just going in for 3 not amnesia procs, but yeah, 3 amnesia procs. So using 3 amnesia is just going to be a lot better than 6 double teams, honestly. So we just learned another lesson here, and I will just go ahead and highlight the fact that Milotic takes down everyone. It is now time to take on the Elite Four. Hopefully for the last time, we are continuing our 4th attempt with the berry nicknames. The only casualty this time was the Nincada, a beautiful strategic placement on that sacrifice here, and that's going to pave the way for a 6-man squad going into this Elite Four. Alrighty, here it is Glacia, the 3rd member of the Elite Four, with her Ice-type Pokemon. She has been such an issue throughout this entire run, but we are here in this moment. We send out our starter Citrus here, getting those Mud Slaps down, not only chipping Glalie each time we use it, but also dropping that accuracy. And the fact that Citrus only takes neutral damage from the Ice-type moves is absolutely everything here. So Swampert leading the charge, showing its buddies what needs to be done here as we're going to try to set up and take down Glacia's team. The light screen comes down. Now, ground-type moves are physical in this gen, so we got to watch out for that. The Mud Slap continues to rain down. Glalie is looking at a -4 accuracy clip. The Ice Beam sees through the lies. The Hail continues to fall, and now we are potentially dead here, but we do have a Citrus Berry on Citrus, absolutely, and we could potentially roll 1 more turn, or just accept the fact that we have a +4 or -4 accuracy in that regard, as the Ice Beam does connect through the disguise that we have set up. The Hail continues to fall. Now, the beauty in Camerupt is its passive, is it Magma Armor? It cannot be frozen. So even if Glalie sees through, as it's been doing with those Ice Beams, we cannot get frozen. On top of that, we have Rest, so we can rinse repeat this as much as we need to. And honestly, at this point, Glalie is almost out of Ice Beams. It's just, if we die before we can get the rest off, that is the problem. And one more critical hit could spell disaster, but I do believe we're going to be able to outspeed the chunky seal here and get back to full HP. But again, that's 2 turns we're going to be under. And if this surf crits, it doesn't even matter because +6 amnesia changes nothing when you're a chunky seal. Oh my god. So all of that, the last 5 minutes just goes out the window. That entire setup is gone, and now we're going to have to go to plan B, and now we're trying to set up potentially with the Whiscash, and I don't think Celio has any ability to freeze us. Maybe a Blizzard potentially, but it's definitely going to be going for the Surf since it's 100% accurate and does good damage. So same thing, we're just going to get some Mudslaps down, try to keep the Seal at bay here, and we could potentially risk the Sand Slash, but I don't think so. Let's just go straight into Wiki, who should be able to tank those Surfs if they see through that accuracy debuff. So a really unfortunate circumstance, but I don't think Camerupt would have been very useful against Drake. So we take that for what it is as a Body Slam comes down, and now we are paralyzed. So now we are walking into uncharted territory, but if we can get a +6 amnesia down, the Walrus becomes so much easier to deal with, and we also have rest on Wiki. So we just got to watch out for these things as we get those amnesia procs up and at them. The Celio continues to rain down body slams. Thankfully, rest doing work. We are asleep one more time. Another body slam comes down. The hail continues to fall. This isn't everything you want it to be, but we are doing the best we can with what we have as we go for another rest here, hoping that Celio can miss once or twice just to keep our health bar as high as possible. Also, the hail turn does buy us a little bit of time, but as you can see, this is not a perfect strategy. This is such a difficult run, especially coming to Glacia. We do get a fadeaway crit there, but these ice/water types against a fully ground type team is just the hardest thing ever, as you have seen here. But Celio level 52, the second one comes down, a little bit of upgrade as we get a nice earthquake. However, the Blizzard comes down. It does connect to the bad accuracy, and we hold on no problem with the amnesia. Again, we are absolutely dead to crits. We are dead to rights here as we get a not very effective surf, trying to get the earthquake in range as a Blizzard comes down, and if that crits, it's all over, but we hold on with 68 HP. We could go for another rest here. It's going to buy us 2 turns. It's going to buy us 2 turns as Celio connects on another Blizzard, and we are absolutely flirting. We are also flirting with freezes as we dodge 2 more Blizzards, and I do believe Celio is out, and it's out of life. It's out of time living here as an earthquake comes down, and the final Glalie is here that only leaves the big bad walrus herself and the Glalie. So we're going to have to tank a physical Shadow Ball, but that it does get the special defense drop, though, because Gen 3 is Gen 3, as another Shadow Ball comes down, dropping our special defense once again, so we essentially lose an Amnesia proc, and we're going to go ahead and get that back as the full restore comes down. That might mean Glacia is out of full restores, though, as we eat another critical hit there. The Earthquake comes down, gets Glalie. Oh my god, it one-shots Glalie, and now we are at 59 HP against a Walrus. We are at 59 HP against a Walrus. This Walreen has taken everything we hold dear in the previous runs as we are going in for the Earthquake, but we are still fast asleep. This is going to be the turn that we wake up as we take another Body Slam. A paralysis or crit could spell disaster as we lean into a stab. Earthquake gets a little bit of damage. The Sheer Cold comes down and absolutely vanilla wafers, thank goodness. Another Earthquake comes down. We're going to need one more, and Walreen drops back and connects on a Sheer Cold, gets a one-hit KO and a Hardcore Nuzlocke, and Wiki is gone. So this Walrus could absolutely wipe us as the Citrus comes down, and we were just going to fade away with a stab Earthquake. However, the Citrus Berry is most likely going to get the Walrus out of Earthquake snipe range, if you will, and I think we just roll a crit, because if we swap in to Greppa or Shuka, they both die. They absolutely both die to an ice type move or a water type move. Citrus is going to die. I think we have to roll the dice and let Figgy fly. I think we have to let the Flygon go for it all and just rinse repeat our thick fat video here, as Figgy wants to go flamethrower, but we learned our mistake from last time having the thick fat ability. So this Walrus looks at us with such disdain. We drop back with the Earthquake, hope it can snipe, and the Citrus Berry was absolutely the difference. The Walreen sees through the disguise, the Blizzard comes down, and Figgy drops. We lose 3 Pokemon. We absolutely lose 3 Pokemon to the hardest counter in this run. Glacia completely flexing, and now we have one hope, one dream. Can we get Shuka in there? The Sand Slash comes down, and I do believe Glacia is out of full restores. I was kidding. She is not, as we drop back with the Brick Break, but we get a monstrous critical hit, and if Shuka can outspeed, which she can, she drops back with one more Brick Break. The Walreen is defeated, and this is the furthest we've ever gotten in this run. Good golly gee. Alrighty, it's time for Drake. If we can beat Drake, there's only Steven left, so we're down to 3 Pokemon. We chuck out our handy dandy Sandslash to get that setup cheese underway here. The Sand Attack comes down as the Dragon Claw connects from the cute and cuddly little Shelgon. We get a nice Toxic down as well. We see through that 85% accuracy as a Rock Tomb comes down. We're going to take a tiny bit of damage, but the speed drop could be exponential as this fight continues. And we already lose the speed battle, so that Rock Tomb was really big in that regard as we get another Sand Attack down. Sandslash knowing what she needs to do, knowing what we can accomplish with this setup strat. We send out Citrus, our Swampert, dodging the Dragon Claw, the Sand Attack, paying dividends here, and now we can drop back with the Ice Beam. And now, because we set up in such a manner, we don't have to worry about a speed drop from the Rock Tomb, because if Shelgon lived from the Ice Beam, we'd be in trouble. As we drop back with another Ice Beam, and Altaria also falls to Nevermelt Ice, doing wonders here. Absolutely. Citrus going in for another Ice Beam, gets outsped by the Flygon, sets up a Sandstorm, but that should not be a problem as the Ice Beam is 4 times super effective, and it takes down the Dragon. That only leaves 2 Pokemon left on Drake's side of things, and guess what? It's another Flygon, so can we live this Dragon Breath? No paralysis? Absolutely. Beautiful stuff. We dodge that, drop back with one more Ice Beam, and Flygon is deleted. That only leaves the bad Salamence comes down. The Intimidate will not be a factor as Citrus shakes that off, leaning into the special attack. The Sandstorm absolutely chips the Salamence instead of us, doing wonders. We tank the Dragon Claw, no problem. Drop back with an Ice Beam. It is 4 times super effective, and the ace falls. Drake is defeated. 3 Pokemon, me and Steven, let's go. Okay, this is it. 4th and hopefully final attempt. We got 3 Pokemon against Steven's 6. This is phenomenal. This is fantastic. This is why you play the game. The Skarmory comes down and we open up with the Golem. So Skarmory has Keen Eye, so we could not set up with the Sand Attack strats. So we are going straight into our roly-poly here. We get the defense curl down. The Steel Wing is stab and super effective, but thankfully the defense holding on there, not being too much damage as we get a critical hit rollout. We're coming in on that defense curl rollout cheese. We get another rollout. Skarmory drops into the red. The Bulbasaur comes down. Number 3 in the rollout. Hype train is coming in hot here. It is neutral because of the Steel typing, and we almost one-shot. Skarmory holds on with 1 HP, and if that could have cleared the bird, we would be in such a safe space, and that means Skarmory tanks the full damage of the 4th roll. The Aggron comes down. This is going to be a 5-roll rollout. It's going to be 4 times not very effective, and it takes down the Steel Behemoth. Are you serious? This Golem does not care. And now the Armaldo comes down, who can absolutely one-shot with a Water Pulse, potentially. We could go in for the Explosion. We could go in for the Earthquake. We could roll the rollout here. It all depends on what we want to do. Do we outspeed the Armaldo? I don't think we do. I absolutely don't think we do. What do you do in a situation like this? Well, what we're going to do is we are going to roll the Earthquake here. It's going to be neutral damage since Armaldo is Bug Rock, so the Bug holding us back here, but it is a stab Earthquake, and we do massive damage. The Water Pulse comes down. We hold on with 1 HP. Grip holds on with 1 HP, fades with an Earthquake, and Armaldo is gone. Golem has successfully taken down 3 Pokemon, and you know what that means? It's time to say goodbye. Greppa looks at Swampert. She looks at the Sandslash and says, this one is on me, as we hover the Explosion, as Greppa gives us a hug for one last time. She fades away into the abyss with the Explosion. Does she take the Cradily? Almost. Cradily holds on with about 5 to 10 HP, but that opens up a clean swap into Shuka the Sandslash, and now it's a potential 2v3. The spike damage on top. We drop back with the Brick Break. It is going to be super effective as Steven full restores the Cradily, absolutely holding on to the fossil Pokemon. Cradily taking massive damage, 40% HP off the top. The Brick Break comes down, bringing Cradily to 5% HP. The Confused right across the board. The Sandslash is confused. What will Shuka do? Shuka holds on as the full restore comes in, and Cradily is healed back to full again. We have to contend with the Confusion as we hurt ourselves, and Shuka is in trouble. However, we snap out of Confusion on the next turn, and we get a massive Brick Breakdown. But Cradily has Giga Drain. It is stab super effective, and Shuka holds with 59 HP. Cradily floating about, what is that, 80%, as a Citrus Berry heals us back up to 89. Another Brick Break comes down. It is super effective, bringing Cradily to about 35% HP. Another Giga Drain is here. Can we hold on with no HP? Yes, we can. We hold on with 2 HP. We hold on with 2 HP. This is for Golem. This is for the squad. Cradily comes down with 5 HP left to its name, a Ancient Power with the Fade, and that leads Citrus, our starter Swampert, versus 3 Pokemon as Spikes comes down and hurts us. We drop back with the Ice Beam. Cradily falls, and now it is a 1v2 against Steven. It is a 1v2 for the win. The Cradily
The Claydol comes down. We drop back with a Stab Super Effective Surf. It brings Claydol to about 30% HP. The Stab Earthquake comes down, but Claydol does not have a massive attack stat. We tank that, no problem. We drop back with a Surf, and now it is Swampert versus Metagross. It is Swampert versus Metagross. Our ace versus Steven's ace. This is it. Both level 58 for the win. The entire Nuzlocke on the run. All 4 runs leading to this moment. All 4 attempts. Can this be the dream? This is it. It's us versus Metagross, and all we can do is drop back with an Earthquake. It's going to be Stab Super effective, but Metagross's defense is disgusting. The Earthquake comes down. Metagross holds on with 5 HP. Metagross holds on with 5 HP, and this is Stab Psychic. It's a critical hit. Bring us to 11 HP. Citrus fades with a Citrus Berry, the signature. Metagross answers with his own Citrus Berry, and we outspeed with an Earthquake. And Citrus takes down Steven. Unbelievable, unprecedented. Champion Steven forks over everything. We take the trophy, and we secure the victory on the 4th and final attempt. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.